Hey, what's up, YouTube family? How you doing? I'm here spending some time with my family up in a little park with my grandchildren. They're in the playground playing pitches, and I figure I'd take advantage and do a little video and continue with my Vietnam series. Please like and subscribe. That way it makes the channel grow. I found that on YouTube, with every like and subscription, it shows it to other people. So the last video I left off where that first night in the jungle, I thought I spotted the enemy, and it was just a lightning bug. I mean, because it was pitch dark, and I mistook the light from a distance. It was a freaking bug. So that's it for an effing new guy, fucking new guy, right? No experience, and learn things the hard way. So we got up the next day, and we brought in our Claymore mines, and I brought in the trip flare, and we ate a little sea ration breakfast, and we continued, our day just humping, we call it, going up and down these mountains and through the rivers and streams and through the valleys, looking for Charlie, hoping Charlie don't find us. So, most of my time in the infantry in Vietnam was like that. Anybody who's been in Nam, they'll know that you're out in the field, and your basic thing is to patrol, do ambushes, and make sure that you don't run into a booby trap, and make sure that you don't get ambushed, and try to get ahead on the enemy and find them first, and seek, search, and destroy, right? So I'm gonna move forward to a few more days, and I can't really remember what happened the very next day of my first night in Nam, but I will say one thing: on our usual patrol, our platoon, the company separates, and each platoon goes its own different way. And we ran across what was an enemy encampment. In other words, what I mean by that, we knew the enemy was there because we knew that we found they were just finished making lunch. It was like it was smoking the little campsite they made, the little campfire they made. To find better words, and so we figured that they heard us coming. GIs, it could be pretty noisy, and they booked. And before we got to the position, so the platoon leader, lieutenant, can't remember his name, but he decided, we're gonna search for these dudes. We're gonna search for these fuckers. So, what he did, he left the squad in that same area, overlooking that little area where they were making their food, in case they came back. And my squad and another squad, we went out looking for them, and we split up. It so happened that, I left the 60 back with the other squad, and they told me to take point. My first time taking point. Maybe they wanted to break in the chair, wanted to break me in. So, the squad leader tells you points, it says go that way, and you go to the direction they're pointing. So I'm a new guy, and I'm, going slowly, making sure that I don't step on something I'm not supposed to step on, like a booby trap, or make sure I make less noise as possible, and we run into some elephant grass. And anybody who doesn't know what elephant grass is grass that basically grows the height of a man. It makes you feel like what an ant or bug will feel like walking through the grass. So that's my description of it. But elephant grass is kind of nasty because you got to be careful. You touch your hand on it, you can actually cut your fingers because the edges are very sharp. So I'm walking through this elephant grass. I'm trying to break through, and I don't really hear nothing. I don't really see nothing. It's very thick vegetation, and all of a sudden, I hear right in front of me. I can't see who the person is, but it's another GI, one of us, and he basically, in a loud voice, he says, "Who's there?" And I froze and I say PR, and that's my nickname, PR, which stands for Puerto Rican. Everybody usually has a nickname. And what so happened was that this squad that is in front of me, which I ran into, apparently they must have circled back. So they went a certain location and they must have circled back, heading back towards our position. And we ran right across to each other, but we didn't see each other. All I know was that the guy is telling me, who's there? And of course I answered, PR, and they know who I was. Even though I'm the new guy, but they know who PR was. It's the new guy, the Puerto Rican guy. So he waited another few seconds and he burst through the elephant grass, and all of a sudden he's right in front of me. And now I finally see him, and he finally sees me. And the first thing he tells me is, he happened to carry an M79. An M79, if you don't know what it is a grenade launcher. And he tells me, I almost shot you with this shotgun round that I have in my M79. I was actually squeezing the trigger because I didn't know who you were. And I decided to call out, who's there. And thank God he did, because if he didn't, and if he would have pulled the trigger, he would have blown me away. But I also knew, as I reflected on this experience, that once of all, I could have died there, and second, he could have been killed, because if I was the enemy and he would have spoke out and said I was there, the enemy would, of course, known that it was Americans. He would have opened up and killed them. So he took a chance. And I'm glad he took that chance, because if he wouldn't have, I wouldn't be speaking on this video right now, because we were that close. I'm talking about, I approximately were maybe 10 feet from each other, but the elephant grass was so thick, and you believe it or not, I couldn't see him, he couldn't see me, he just heard me coming. He heard our squad coming. So when he told me I could have killed you, it kind of pissed me off, but I just shrugged it off, and it is what it is. What can you do? It don't mean nothing. Like the saying we say in Vietnam, it don't mean nothing. It's just one of those things, today was your lucky day. And that was my first and only experience in point. I never want to walk point again. I'd rather carry the 60. And so, I'm going to leave it at that. Leave this short video. I want to get a little experience. My videos about Vietnam series about my little experiences as I shared as a grunt, as an infantryman in the jungles of Vietnam. Tomorrow or the next day when I do the next video, I'll continue to let you know what other adventures we got ourselves into. And for that, folks, I'll leave it at that. Like and subscribe, and I really appreciate it. You can do that. Take care, folks, and God bless.